He's Bob Kravitz, WTHR in Indianapolis, longtime columnist, the Indianapolis Star, and he joins us now. When did you first hear about what was going on with the Patriots, Bob?
You mean as far as Deflategate goes, or with the phone?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yes, the Deflategate before the playoff game of the Colts.
Okay, well, I got a text at about 10 o'clock the night of the game, 10:15. I did not see it until almost midnight because I had to go downstairs and work the locker room and do a post-game show. And I didn't have my phone with me, so I looked at it once I got up there, and there was a text from somebody saying it's important, give me a call. And I did that and got the information and then got it confirmed rather quickly, which was surprising to me considering how late it was, and tweeted it out, and then I watched the internet blow up.
How do you get it confirmed so quickly?
I have some sources. I've been around for 30-some years. And it was a 6 o'clock game, 7 o'clock game, something like that. So a lot of people, who are involved in the National Football League were still up at that hour. So I was able to reach a second person and get it confirmed, and felt with 99.999% certitude that it was right, and let it rip.
How close was this story not being written or talked about or leaked?
If I had not found a second source, I would have waited until the morning and gone directly to, either Michael Signora or Greg Aiello or, somebody at the National Football League and said, look, I have information that there's an investigation, which is essentially what Bobby Glauber did from New York Newsday the very next morning. He got confirmation, about 7 o'clock. I was on a plane back and didn't see my email for quite some time, but they had also emailed me back to let me know that they, had in fact confirmed my initial tweet. So that's kind of how that went down.
Did you ever wonder why this was being leaked to you?
Sure. You always, when you get information, you wonder if somebody's got, you don't want to do anybody's bidding, especially when it's a source that doesn't have a name. But once I got that second confirmation and felt that person did not have an agenda whatsoever, I felt completely confident in going with it.
Are the Colts responsible for this?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, they're the ones who made it clear to the National Football League before the game. Ryan Grigson sent along an email to the National Football League saying that we're concerned about this. And, the Colts are, and we want the league to be careful and to, really check the footballs and all that kind of thing. So, yes, I would say that, the Colts are the ones who got this whole ball rolling.
At any point, did it feel like it was witch hunt has been used, a sting operation by the NFL?
I never felt that way. I don't think they took it that seriously. And in fact, if you read the Wells report, they made a point of saying that they, basically, if it was a sting operation, I think they would have taken more care in writing down the starting PSI of all those footballs. They would have done a better job of making sure those balls didn't suddenly disappear. So I don't think they took it terribly seriously until DeQuell Jackson made that interception. It was looked at by some equipment people and others on the sideline who determined that the ball seemed a little squishy. This kind of dovetailed with their initial suspicion, which came earlier in the season when Mike Adams had 2 interceptions against Tom Brady in a game at Lucas Oil Stadium when the Patriots beat the hell out of the Colts yet again. And they thought that those footballs were not quite right. So there was a lot of suspicion going in.
If the Colts had beaten the Patriots, finish that sentence.
Would this have happened? I don't know. I really don't know. I think they wanted to pursue this. They wanted to give the league a heads up. I mean, they they did this before the game, before they knew the outcome, before they knew they're going to get crushed 45-7.
Mm-hmm.
So, they were concerned about this before the game. So I don't know the answer to that.
Do you view Tom Brady as a cheater?
I do. I really do. I think, I'm not sure who I compare him with, but based on what we know and the destruction of the cell phone, I do think that he's, I'm parsing words. Yes, he's a liar. Yes, I don't buy any of the stuff that's coming out of New England right now.
You look at the crime, and then you look at the follow-up there. You have a problem more with the actual crime itself or the fallout
the
after?
cover-up.
Yeah.
The cover-up.
Yeah.
It's like Nixon and Rosemary Woods in the, whatever it was, 18 minutes that disappeared. It's like anything. The cover-up is worse than the crime. And I think this thing has been so thoroughly mishandled by Brady, by his people, by the New England Patriots, that I think this whole thing could have been diminished. I think if there had been a little more honesty up front, this might have been a far less egregious deal, and I don't think they'd be looking at one of the toughest pieces of discipline in the history of the National Football League.
I guess I don't understand this, Bob. If Robert Kraft thought he was helping this move along, helping all the other owners, that they were going to fall on the sword, how could that possibly help Tom Brady if the owner of the Patriots is willing to take this punishment? Something happened for you to be punished. And Brady's going to argue his innocence. It's kind of hard when your owner just took the punishment.
Yeah, there's a couple of things, and I'm not sure I'm answering your question directly, but, first of all, when Kraft conferred with Goodell, he did not know at the time, I believe, looking at the timeline, did not know that Brady had destroyed the cell phone. So I wondered if he knew at that time that Brady had destroyed the cell phone, which didn't come out until June, I think it was 16th or 18th, if that might have changed his view of things. But if the Patriots had done nothing untoward, why were those two guys, Jastrzemski and McNally, either fired or suspended? I'm not sure which is the case. If nothing happened, then why were those guys made to fall on the sword?
Yep.
I guess I'm confused by that.
How many times you change your cell phone number?
Me?
Yeah.
Never. I'm too cheap.
What about your cell phone number?
Never. Have had the same one for years and years and years.
Oh, okay. Well, I was worried for you there a little while that when this first started, you had some Patriots fans who were getting a hold of you.
It was pretty ugly there for a while, but it's calmed down some. I honestly think some New England fans, maybe the more discerning ones, even they look at him destroying his cell phone and think, boy, that's just not very kosher.
Bob, thanks for joining us.
All right. Thank you, Dan.
That's Bob Kravitz, longtime columnist in Indianapolis, and his column started it all.